Imagine Taiwan in springtime. But instead of, say, cherry blossoms, you see these incredible rivers of people moving through towns, through the countryside.
Yeah.
The air is just alive with sound music, incense smoke, and this constant crackle of firecrackers.
It's powerful.
These are the Mazu pilgrimages, and they feel like so much more than just, worship. It's about community, endurance.
Identity, togetherness.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's woven into the fabric of the culture.
So today we're doing a deep dive into these famous Mazu pilgrimages in Taiwan.
Exactly. We want to really get a feel for this significant cultural phenomenon and maybe pick up some useful English words along the way to describe it all.
Good plan. Okay, so to start, maybe we should just establish, who is Mazu? Why is she so central to all of this energy?
Right. Mazu is, well, she's fundamentally a sea goddess, deeply, deeply loved, widely worshipped, especially in Taiwan and coastal Chinese communities.
The sea goddess, so like a protector.
Yes, very much so. Seen as a guardian for seafarers, travelers, really anyone needing protection or facing hardship. But she also represents more like kindness, courage, real spiritual strength.
Okay, so not just protection, but embodying these, like, core virtues.
Precisely. And her presence is, well, it's everywhere in Taiwan. It feels like almost every town, big or small, has its own Mazu temple.
Wow, really? That widespread?
Oh, yeah. It really shows how deeply integrated this faith is. It's not something separate. It's part of daily life. And these annual pilgrimages, they're this huge collective outpouring of that devotion.
It makes sense then that these events are such a big deal. So there must be several of these pilgrimages. Which ones really stand out?
There are many, but 3 are particularly celebrated, each with its own unique character. It's not about saying one is better. They're just different expressions.
Okay, let's get into them. Where should we start? How about the Beigang Kaoshin Temple pilgrimage? That sounds like it includes a firecracker festival, too.
It certainly does. Beigang, in Yunlin County, is a really important spiritual center. People often call it a Mazu ancestral temple, so it has this historical weight.
Ancestral temple, okay.
And the pilgrimage happens around Mazu's birthday, lunar March 19th. And yes, the firecrackers, they are famous. It's intense.
How intense are we talking?
Imagine devotees lighting these massive long strings of firecrackers right as Mazu's palanquin, her carriage, passes by. It's noisy, smoky, chaotic.
Wow. What's the idea behind that? Is it just celebratory noise?
It's partly celebration, yeah, but it's rooted in tradition. The belief is that the explosions, the smoke, it all helps to ward off evil spirits and welcome Mazu properly, bring good fortune.
A very noisy welcome wagon, then.
Kind of. And what's also interesting in Beigang is you don't just see one Mazu palanquin. There might be several. First Mazu, second Mazu, third, fourth, fifth Mazu, even one for the Tiger Lord, another important deity.
So it's a huge procession.
Definitely. Very grand.
And I've heard about something. People crawling under the palanquin. Is that part of this one?
Yes, that's a common practice you might see, including in Beigang. It's called the Divine Palanquin Crawl. Devotees will actually get down and crawl underneath the palanquin as it moves slowly past.
Why do they do that?
It's an act of deep faith. The belief is that passing under Mazu in this way brings her direct blessings, protection, peace, good fortune for the year ahead. It's very personal.
That's quite a powerful image.
Yeah.
Okay, practical question. If someone brave wanted to witness this firecracker part up close, what should they wear?
Good question. Very important. If you're going near the main firecracker areas, definitely wear thick cotton long sleeves, jeans, or sturdy trousers. A cap is essential, gloves too, and absolutely closed-toe shoes.
Right.
And maybe most importantly, a face covering, a mask or cloth to protect your face, and crucially, your lungs from all the smoke and debris.
Okay, solid advice. Got it. Let's move to the second one then. The Baishatun Mazu pilgrimage. This one's known for not having a fixed route.
Exactly. That's its defining feature. It starts from Gongqian Temple in Miaoli, and interestingly, it also heads towards Beigang Kaoshin Temple. But how it gets there, that's the mystery.
So who decides the route then?
Well, the belief is that Mazu herself decides. The dates are chosen each year through divination, asking Mazu for guidance. And then, as the palanquin moves, it just goes where it goes.
Yeah.
The carriers follow its pull, its direction.
So completely unpredictable.
Completely. It creates this incredible feeling of spontaneity and deep trust.
How far does this journey usually go, and how long does it take?
It's a serious trek. We're talking distances up to 400 kilometers.
Wow.
All on foot. over maybe 8 to 12 days, sometimes longer depending on the path Mazu chooses.
Yeah.
It requires immense physical and spiritual stamina.
400 kilometers without a map.
Well, that's amazing.
And you mentioned the palanquin takes unexpected turns.
Oh, yeah. That's part of the fun fact about Baishatun. The
Yeah.
palanquin might suddenly swerve off the main road, go down a tiny alley, visit a house, or even turn around and backtrack for a bit.
And everyone just follows.
Everyone follows. The entire procession, thousands of people, just adapts. It really highlights this idea of surrendering control and following divine guidance, quite literally.
A very different kind of pilgrimage experience.
Mhm.
Okay, third one. The Dajia Mazu pilgrimage. This one I think is famous for its sheer size.
Absolutely. The Dajia pilgrimage is enormous. It starts from Zhenlan Temple in Taichung, travels down to Fengtian Temple in Chiayi, and then back again.
A round trip.
Yes, a round trip covering over 300 kilometers. It usually takes 9 days and happens around March or April. And the scale. It's one of the largest religious events in Taiwan, and hundreds of thousands of people participate.
Hundreds of thousands. What makes this one draw such huge crowds?
Yeah.
Is it just the scale?
The scale is part of it, but it's also just incredibly vibrant. The whole 9-day journey is accompanied by non-stop traditional music, amazing lion dances, dragon dances, all sorts of cultural performances. It's a constant sensory spectacle, a massive moving festival celebrating Mazu.
It sounds incredible. And I remember reading this one got some international recognition.
The cultural significance and scale of this Taiwanese tradition.
Definitely. Okay, so these all sound like profound experiences, but maybe a bit daunting for a first-timer.
Mhm.
Any tips for someone thinking about maybe dipping their toes in?
Oh, absolutely. First off, and this is key, you really don't need to walk the whole thing. Not at all. Lots of people just join for a section, maybe an afternoon or a single day, whatever feels right.
That makes it much more approachable.
Totally.
Yeah.
And wear comfortable shoes, light clothing, layers are good. Definitely bring a hat, water bottle, maybe some snacks, and sunscreen. Spring in Taiwan can get quite warm and sunny.
Good basics. What about interacting with others or the customs?
You'll likely see incredible generosity along the route. People offering free food, water, snacks. It's a big part of the culture. Just a simple thank you, "谢谢" in Mandarin, goes a long way.
Nice.
And when the main Mazu palanquin passes, you'll see many people kneel or bow their heads. It's a sign of respect. You don't have to, but just be mindful of those around you. And maybe the most practical tip, stay hydrated. Drink lots of water, especially if you're walking.
Great advice. So we walked through these incredible pilgrimages. Now, as we plan, let's maybe circle back and solidify some of that English vocabulary that helps describe all this.
Sound good. Knowing the right words can definitely deepen your understanding or help you share the experience. Let's start with the main one, pilgrimage.
Right.
So a pilgrimage is basically a long journey made for religious or spiritual reasons. Like we've been saying, the Mazu pilgrimage lasts for over a week and covers hundreds of kilometers.
Okay, pilgrimage. Got it.
Yeah.
What about the thing carrying Mazu?
Ah, yes, the palanquin. That's the traditional carriage, often ornate, used to carry the statue of the deity. It's usually lifted and carried by devotees. So you might say, the palanquin carrying Mazu was surrounded by crowds of worshippers.
Palanquin. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And the people participating.
Those are the devotees. A devotee is someone who is really dedicated to a religion, a spiritual practice, or a specific deity like Mazu. For example, thousands of devotees join the pilgrimage from Taichung to Chiayi.
Devotee. A dedicated follower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there's the concept of a blessing. This is like a form of spiritual protection or good fortune that's believed to come from the deity or a ritual. We mentioned crawling under the palanquin.
Right.
So you could say crawling under the palanquin is believed to bring blessings and peace.
Blessing. Divine favor or protection. Got it.
And the whole moving group of people.
Ah, yeah. Like a parade.
Sort of, but specifically for a ceremony. That's a procession. A group moving together formally. The temple's grand procession included music, lion dances, and fireworks.
Procession. And the crawling thing had a specific name too, right?
It did, the divine palanquin crawl. It specifically refers to that act of crawling underneath the deity's palanquin to seek those blessings or protection we talked about. Many people performed the divine palanquin crawl to pray for good health and peace.
Divine palanquin crawl. So a really useful set of words to, actually talk about these things properly.
Exactly. And these Mazu pilgrimages, they really are something special. They give you such a powerful window into Taiwanese tradition, community resilience, just the sheer strength of shared belief.
Yeah, they're clearly much more than just religious events. They're alive.
Absolutely. Living culture in motion.
It really does make you think, doesn't it? about what drives people. I mean, would you walk 300, 400 kilometers for something you deeply believe in?
It's a profound question to ponder, definitely.
Well, this has been fascinating. Thank you for joining this deep dive into the incredible world of Taiwan's Mazu pilgrimages.
My pleasure.
We hope you, listening, have gained a better sense of these amazing traditions and maybe learned some useful English, too. Keep exploring, keep being curious, and keep learning.